Hello.
Gentlemen. Bill, you are not a young man, and I am afraid for your heart condition watching this Boston Celtics team in 2020 in the bubble. Should I be worried?
Mm-hmm. Do you have a CPAP machine or no, a defibrillator? You need a defibrillator.
I'll be all right.
Do any of you whores know CPR?
No, my neighbor's a nurse, though, and my other neighbor's a firefighter, so I think I'll be all right.
Which one of them did the stabbing?
The nurse.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good fucking God. As we sit here late night and you two schmucks got to get up early and go to work in the morning, we sit in disgust for another blown opportunity and the Celtics fucking pissing it away. I'm getting kind of tired of watching that brand of basketball and the way the Celtics just cannot simply cannot deliver when they need to. Sorry, I'm just getting set up here.
All right. Bill was prepared when we did the Pick'em show. Just take notes, producer Rich.
I'm sorry.
Ray,
okay. I know that you're not as old as Bill, but because of your other health conditions,
diabetes.
Yeah. I'm also worried about you, and cholesterol clogs things quickly. And
my cholesterol is great. Thank you for asking.
Oh, okay. How are you doing?
The 6 pizzas you've had the last 2 weeks.
I had a pizza on Sunday. Yeah, but I'll be fine. But I mean, the heart pitter patters every day, Richard. We're all gonna die sooner or later. If the Celtics bring me to an early grave, the Celtics bring me to an early grave.
Is that gonna be your?
That's going to be on my tombstone. And not the pizza tombstone. My grave tombstone.
I went out for cigarettes, and I died because the Celtics lost. Don't come looking for the body. You'll never find it.
Yeah.
It's in Tuscany.
He'll be buried under a fucking stack of Domino's pizza boxes. There'll be a Domino's pizza box coffin.
Shit. Fucking sports. Welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show. Wednesday edition, September 16th.
Oh.
I got a calendar. Fuck. Here we go. I don't even know because I actually don't even know what the final score was.
117-114.
They lost by 3.
117-114 overtime game. Big plays there to end the game. Jason Tatum, one-on-one, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler bullied your Boston Celtics superstar to the rim and won up 2. Jason Tatum, given the chance to tie the ball game, gets a wide open lane running start at the rim, blocked by your boy, Bill, Dwight Bosch.
What's his first name? Abu Dhabi.
Bam Adebayo.
Dwight Bosch.
Booty, who Bill thinks looks like the love child of Dwight Howard and Chris Bosch, if you put them together. Absolutely stone cold blocked the shit out of Jason Tatum going up for that game-tying dunk. And look, hell of a block. Hell of a play by Dwight Bosch. I'm sorry, Tatum. Make the fucking play. How many more non-plays and excuses do you want to throw into the pile for fucking Jason Tatum, who also missed the 3 at the end of regulation to win the game? How many do we need to throw on this fucking pile? I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of watching this fucking tape disappoint me. 12-point lead in the first quarter. You knew that was going to go. You knew immediately as soon as they got a 12-point lead that it was going to disappear like that, and it did. Marcus Smart came out on fire, came out absolutely lights out, and then thought he was fucking Allen Iverson, and the whole team thought they were the 86 Celtics. Stop playing defense. Jaylen Brown, ever heard of a backdoor cut? Because about 17 people did it on you fucking today. Looked like his head was in the goddamn clouds. Marcus Smart chucking up one-on-one backdoor fadeaway threes. Kemba Walker, where are you? Where are you?
He's hurt. He's got to be hurt.
His knee's been the healthiest since September, Bill.
Healthiest since
September 1st of this year or September 1st of last year, Raymond?
Well,
that is
answer
the
me this
question.
question.
That's a great question.
This is my point in Game 7. He was abysmal against the Toronto. We chalked it up to the defense, those stupid box one that they played. You're seeing the Game 1 now. Yes, he had 10 points in the fourth quarter in overtime, but he's only finished with 19 to the game. You were terrible shooting. We have 6 assists, though. He was still making a couple plays, but he's still not right.
His defense was terrible.
His defense was awful. He's not even hitting his signature step back fadeaway jumper that he hits in the key.
He did hit the one to win the game until Jason Tatum gave up a layup, though. Look,
Yeah.
I think Kemba Walker gutted it out. I think that it's clearly at this point. I think it's clearly his knee. I mean, he does not have the confidence to rise up. He doesn't have the confidence to hit that three-pointer off a pick. He can't get around screens. Even his step back, like you said, Bill, he got blocked by Jay Crowder at the end of regulation there, or whether overtime, whatever it was when they gave him the ball. Kemba deserves a lot of blame. If it's his knee, it's his knee. If he's hurt, he's hurt. I mean, that sucks. There's some other types of blame to go around, but if he's hurt, I don't know. Stop giving the ball in one-on-one situations at the end of the game to win you the fucking game, Brad Stevens. Also, stop giving anybody the ball in one-on-one situations with 17 seconds on the shot clock to win the game, because nobody on your team can do that. Jason Tatum cannot do that. That's my number one point of he's not a superstar. He can't take the ball 30 feet away from the basket and go get you a hoop. Bam, Dwight Bosch just fucking proved that to you when he got as close to the hoop as you can get, and he still couldn't do it. So I put a ton of blame of this game on Brad Stevens and the entire culture of this fucking Celtics team that does not know how to finish a game and finish us off. They outplayed this Miami team. They're better than this Miami team. Jimmy Butler was a fucking no-show until he hit the 2 biggest shots in the game. That's a winner. Marcus Smart's the only winner you have on this team, and he's not skilled enough to carry you the whole way. So I don't know if they're going to figure it out. I thought they might have got something after that Toronto series. Apparently not. Apparently fucking not. Because it's the same old shit for entire fourth quarter, entire overtime, just going one-on-one fucking NBA basketball. Brad Stevens not doing a goddamn thing, and your superstars not showing up. Also, Jaylen Brown, figure it the fuck out. You've sucked forever. Ray?
Yeah, budding superstar. If you're a superstar's finish, even Jimmy Butler, like you said, had a shitty night, but had 2 big baskets late in the game. That's a superstar. Jason Tatum, if you want to be a superstar in Boston, you got to start finishing, man.
Bill?
That's all you had? Well, I was just checking. I don't put the block on him. I mean, I think he in the end of the first overtime, I mean, he had the lane. Dwight Bosch came out of nowhere, made a fantastic block. I don't think that's on Tatum. I mean, he beat everybody. He had it clear, and the guy came in and fucking fantastic block. But still, end of the regulation, you're taking a bad 3. I don't know why Brad's calling up a play like that. At least call a timeout and kind of run something off. You just need a 2-pointer. I don't understand why you're 4 feet behind the line shooting up a contested 3-pointer. You saw it earlier, too, when he shot one at the top of the key when you're up 3. It was 103, 100.
From like Steph range. With 17 seconds left on the clock.
Right after they got over half court. So, I mean, yeah, I'm still saying he's my superstar. He's the second best player on the court for the Celtics. I mean, Marcus Smart, I think, was the best guy on the court for us tonight. I mean, he had 27 points, but he kind of disappeared late in the fourth quarter and overtime where you needed someone to step up when you're trying to.
That's because they stopped playing basketball.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
To Kemba or Tatum, and then that was it. That was the game plan. That's on Brad.
Yeah, they stopped drawing up plays and running.
If you want to do that in a couple possessions, how many possessions we sat here and watched the game live? How many possessions did they do that with Kemba Walker? And clearly he's not right. He can't get around Tyler fucking Hero. He can't get past him. Yeah. So why do you continue to fucking call that play? And even still, I give Kemba more credit than even Tatum or clearly Brad Stevens because he fucking gutted it out and actually hit the shot that should have won the game, even on a bad knee, even after a shitty fucking game. So that's why I do think it's the knee, because I think Kemba has the grit and the balls in the clutch in him. I think he's fucking hurt, and that's a problem. We need Gordon Hayward in game.
Sorry, reinforcements are on the way there, Rich. Reinforcements are on the way. I wouldn't be surprised if he's starting game 2.
Yeah.
I sent you that article, I guess, yesterday, and there's only a few people that are saying start him, but I mean, if he can play, you need something outside of Marcus Smart. I mean, I said, keep Marcus in the lineup. I think he's more valuable in the starting lineup. But if Kevin's going to play this bad, at least you have another guy that is a more consistent scorer that someone's going to fear. They don't fear Marcus Smart. They let him shoot Toronto didn't fear him. They were fine letting him just shoot 3 after 3 after 3. And you saw it early tonight too. And this is exactly what he did. 3 after 3 after 3 early. He shot like 12 3-pointers. He was 4 for 8 at one point.
Well, to me, sorry to interrupt you, Bill. To me, it's not the Marcus Smart kept you in this game, gave you this game.
No, I'm not saying, but I'm saying he could, at least when Kemba is not doing something, he's Gordon Hayward's a more consistent scorer than like a Smart would be. So you can mix and match those 3 guys.
Yeah, he can supplement the lack of offensive production that Kemba is missing on this team.
And you can stagger a lot of those minutes too. So either Gordon or Marcus Smart are playing a lot of time with the starters, and the other guys, you know what I mean? You could bounce it that way. But if Gordon Hayward's healthy and ready to go, fucking feed him right into this offense just right away.
And Jaylen Brown was probably the worst Celtic on the court tonight all around. Yep. He was terrible.
His shot well. He shot quietly. Had a
terrible
good shooting game, but he was not good at all.
He had terrible turnovers in the lane and on drives. He sucked.
Well, I said it to you, Rich. When they were up, I forget what was it, 103 or 101 or something like that. When he drove up to the lane and a contested layup with 2 guys, where it's like, what are you doing? There was still 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Why are you trying to fucking drive the lane in 2 guys where you had no chance of making it? They were right in front of him. No chance of making it.
They do not have they just don't have a winning culture, and we've been saying this and preaching this, and you got to give them credit for that Toronto series. They figured out how to win that game 7, even though they kind of played this exact type of game in that game and game 6. So this is going to be the grind, and this is the same team that, on the Heat, you got Iggy over there who's got 3 championships under his belt. You got Spoelstra who's won 2 championships under his belt. They know they got guys and leaders on that team that understand how to win. And you got Jimmy Butler, who's never won shit. This is his first conference finals, but that dude's a dog. He's been in the league for 10 or 11 years. And he was silent tonight until he hit the 3-pointer to go ahead and over to at the end of regulation, and then he hit the game-winning bucket on Tatum. He was a no-show basically the entire game until they needed him. That to me spells a superstar more so than everything that anybody on the Celtics was doing. But let me just, because I've been shitting on them so badly, let me say this about Tatum. He made more plays that I thought were the right plays tonight than I've seen in a long time. That play that even the Dwight Bosch dunk, that was the right play.
He had it.
It finished, but that was the right play. Even the shot in regulation, I'd much rather see him shoot that shot than try and drive to the lane, because he can't do that. So he was finding his spots and actually shooting the shots that suit him. And I think he can do that in this series, because I don't think they have anybody that can match him. I don't think Jimmy Butler can actually reach his length if Tatum's on offensively. So if he can continue to find his step backs, and when he has a lane, take the lane, then Jason Tatum's going to continue to be a force. And I thought that was a positive improvement in terms of decision-making from Jason Tatum. He's still 22, and he just is lacking that bit of finish that you need to fucking put these goddamn games away. And the entire team is missing that. And if Kemba's knee is shit, then it's going to be a absolute grind to get through the series, and you're going to get waxed by the Lakers. But
he still had 14 boards, 6 assists. We'll he was making big shots, but he was. That's what he disappeared late. He disappeared late, but that shot he made over Kelly Olynyk, kind of like the left corner, was disgusting.
He looked like a stud tonight, right? He looked like a stud tonight.
Until overtime.
But a superstar hits the shot to win the game, and a superstar does not get blocked by Dwight Bosch at the end of that game. as much as you want to say about that block, the other guy, the other superstars figure out a way to make that shot. They don't get blocked. They see it coming. They adjust. They get the foul. They lay it up around them. They switch hands. They Michael Jordan through the lane and switch hands. I'm not trying to call it Tatum Michael Jordan, but you figure out a way to get that fucking shot in because that wins the game. And, right, I think it's enough to say he's just not there yet, and I think he's quickly getting there, hopefully. You're muted there, Totem Pole.
I'm muted. Oh, sorry. There we go. The only problem I had tonight was, Marcus Smart was on, but when he's on, he just has that green light, and he just keeps shooting and shooting and shooting, even though he misses. One point, there was a 2-on-1 fast break. Someone came out to guard him on the three-point line. Jaylen Brown wide open underneath the basket, and he just jacked. It was the third quarter. He jacked up the three, and Jaylen Brown, you could see him mouth him what are you doing? I'm open underneath. Just give me the ball. Even though you're making all these shots, you're not going to be making these threes all the time. Give up the fucking ball, man.
It was a possession before he hit that fucking fast break. He hit the fast break three, so we tried to do it again. And dude, what do we call it? A quagmire when I texted you?
It's a Marcus Smart quagmire.
I don't like when he.
You gotta live and
I don't
die
know
with
if I love him when he starts making shots or love him more when he starts missing them because he fucking is it's terrible. He just gets a confidence where he's going to shoot. I texted you earlier, if Marcus Smart takes one more shot in the first quarter, I'm going to fucking stab him. I'm so
NBA
pissed.
Jam. It's NBA Jam with Marcus Smart.
But he was good, man, and he's actually
they needed him. He's your second, but you're
he's
best
above
player
a 40-point score on the three. I've actually just succumbed to Marcus Smart as one of your best offensive players, especially if Kemba's down. Right now, he's your second best offensive player. Jaylen Brown's not stepping up to the. So if he wants to shoot, if he's got to shoot to get in rhythm, he's your second best offensive player. That's fine. The problem I have when he gets like that is he doesn't have enough energy to make the Marcus Smart plays. The Celtics got out hustled, out rebounded, out winning played, if that's a thing, all night long. And that's not a fluke. This is how this Heat team wins. So you rely on Marcus Smart to make those momentum shifting plays. And if the team has to rely on him to put up 27 points a night, he's not going to be able to make those winning type of plays because it takes too much energy to score 27 points a night to do both. So that's the problem when your other players stop. Their role starts to dissipate and they can't fill those gaps. Is a guy like Marcus Smart has to step up and you lose what he does best. So hopefully Gordon Hayward, a 75% Gordon Hayward fills enough of those gaps because it was a fucking overtime game. They should have won by 10 running away with it, but they still had a chance in overtime. Hopefully 75% worth of Gordon Hayward on the bench can bridge that gap a little bit. And
is he ever over 75% healthy?
When he was healthy this year, he was playing really fucking well. It was the best he's played. But when he's healthy, yeah.
Good question, Glass Gordon.
When he's healthy, is he 75% though, Bill?
No.
This is the last I'll say on the Celtics thing. I'll get your last thoughts on this before we move on. The way I look at this Celtics run, this is the stat's been thrown out there everywhere today, but this is the first time a non-1 or 2 seed has been in the finals since 1961 or something crazy like that. Yeah,
it's been ridiculous.
So this bubble scenario is a benefit to the Celtics more so from the Heat side, but also from the Celtics. We talked about it. They probably don't squeak out 4 games in Toronto. They probably, if they do, have to take on Milwaukee in Milwaukee. And it's not going to be as easy of a road. So I look at this in the same breath that I look at the Bruins run last year, not having to go through Toronto or Washington, and they blew that shit.
Tampa.
Sorry, Tampa. And they're gonna have to, and us as fans are gonna have to live with that forever. To watch a championship slip away. I'm not saying the Celtics can beat the Lakers or the Clippers or even the Nuggets, honestly, but you should beat the Heat. You should put an NBA championship on your resume, Jason Tatum. And if you don't, there's no guarantee. Actually, you're going to slip down to the 3rd or 4th team in the East next year if things go back to normal. So this is a absolutely unbelievable opportunity that they cannot piss away, playing the way that they played down the stretch tonight. It's just so fucking disappointing and frustrating to watch a more talented team not be able to finish a game. It's unbelievably frustrating. You guys got anything else on that before we move on?
Miami in 7.
Okay. Okay. Hopefully your predictions continue to come true there, Billy Nostradamus. NBA news and notes. Actually, this game's on right now. We should check on it. Game 7, Clippers-Nuggets. The Clippers are in danger of blowing the 3-1 lead that they had. Doc Rivers would be the only coach to blow 2 3-1 leads in the playoffs. Just unbelievable. Who do you guys got, and who do you want to win in this?
I think Denver's going to win, but I want the Clippers. I think the Clippers-Lakers series is what everybody wants. The 2 LA teams, the 2 marquee teams in the West this year. I mean, that's you're going to try to see Doc Rivers. Celtics ties there. You went out and spent Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, picked up Morris. You still got Beverly. All these guys that you picked up in the offseason. You have the reigning 6th man of the year. You still got Lou Williams there. So they're one of the most talented teams on the planet right now, so you want to see them play against the Lakers because I fucking hate the Lakers and I don't want that cunt LeBron James to get another title. So I'm predicting the Clippers are going to win the title, so that's where I want them to beat Denver. Will they? Probably not, but
Well, they got a 50-38 lead right now in the second, 4 minutes left. Ray, where do you
really?
stand?
Did you see them blow fucking Game 6 when they're up like 15 and lost by like 30? So
Sure did. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you the facts there, Bill. Jesus.
Just giving you a little score update. Jesus, Bill. I want Denver to win. I felt like Denver has the momentum going on their side. This is the second time they've been in a 3-1 deficit. Came back. Clippers obviously probably scared on their heels. Kawhi and PG are the only ones that have been scoring the past 2 games in Game 5 and Game 6. Yeah, and Murray and Jokic, man, those two.
Fun to watch.
Murray averages 28 points a game in elimination games, and he's 6-1.
Who? What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Jamal Murray.
Oh, Jamal Murray. I didn't hear Jamal Murray.
28 points a game in elimination games, and he's 6-1 in elimination
Jamal
games.
Murray. So coming from a Celtics perspective, and this may sound crazy considering what we just watched, but based on their prior experiences and watching them play these 2 games, I think the Celtics match up better with the Clippers, honestly. I think
They played them really well before
Jokic
the All-Star break.
destroys the Celtics. They have nobody that can match that dude. And Jamal Williams can get a shot on anybody. It doesn't matter who's guarding him on the Celtics. So I actually think the Nuggets.
Murray.
Sorry,
Jamal
Murray. What did I
Murray.
say? Murphy? Yeah,
Williams.
Whatever. So, yeah, that may sound crazy. By the book, the Clippers are the most stacked lineup in the league. That doesn't mean a whole lot, but Kawhi's a winner. I think that they'll probably pull it out tonight. I think you'll get the LA.
You want to talk about a fucking superstar closer?
Does that even mean as much? They're not even playing in Staples Center. They're playing in Orlando, LA versus LA. No one in LA gives a shit about sports anyway.
The NBA wants
Nevertheless,
LA
the
versus
fucking
LA.
Clippers.
Clippers have never been to the Western Conference Finals either. That's a big thing.
I would like to see I still like Doc Rivers and respect Doc Rivers for what he did with the Celtics. He is a little bit overrated, but I don't want to see him go down as like one of the biggest choking coaches in the world. I don't know if he's that.
With this team, you would be too, losing like Denver. I get it; they're a talented team. I think we had them as a 3rd or 4th best duo/trio in the NBA. There, Rich.
Well, not Ray.
No. That's why I said you. That's why I said Rich.
Yeah.
So I mean, you saw it. They came back from 3-1 down, but dude, Kawhi's a fucking winner. You saw it last year. Winning the title. He's won titles in San Antonio. That game was the Game 7 against Toronto or Philly where that fucking disgusting shot he made. So, I mean, the guy's a pure winner. Look at his numbers. He's averaged almost 30 points a game, like 6 assists, 5 rebounds. He's got a few steals every fucking game. That guy is just on another level right now, and I think he's playing good tonight. I haven't watched a lot of the game, but I'm assuming he's doing really good just because of the score.
They're feeding him. It seems like he's taken it upon himself to really assert himself. The guy that they're missing is old chicken wing Lou Williams. There has been shit this entire playoffs. The 6th man, the guy that got busted.
Because he can't go to
the strip club.
Yeah, he can't go to strip clubs. That's why
he can't get his juice off. Bill knows what that's all about. 8-point lead. 2 minutes left going after. It'll be interesting. This Nuggets team is fun to watch. This is Game 7 basketball. It's fun. We'll see how it all shakes out and how it affects the Celtics. I can't believe they lost that fucking game. Switching gears, let's get to back to the Patriots a little bit. I just wanted to see if you guys have any lasting thoughts on the game on Sunday before we shift focus to Seattle coming up here on Sunday night. You got any lingering thoughts from the game on Sunday that we didn't touch on in the past previous shows?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it in our Pick'em show that's going to come out later on this week, but the run defense, we put it as a strength, but kind of going back and looking at the tape later, they got pushed around a lot, and you got to see a good running game with Russell Wilson coming in. I don't know. You're still seeing the limitations. You're still out without Bo Allen. You lost Danny Shelton. You lost Jamie Collins. You lost every fucking linebacker you had last year. And they weren't too exposed against a shit team in Miami, but you got a fucking powerful offense coming in. So I want to see what they can do. Adam Butler, another guy, couldn't get any pressure on the quarterback. Same thing with Lawrence Guy. They got pushed around all day. And I forget that guy's name. Williams is that his name? The practice squad guy, Alexander Williams or something. I forget who he was, but they signed him on Saturday. They got pushed around all day. Miami did average over four yards a carry, most of those backs they had. So you're getting a more talented back in Chris Carson there. So, I mean, I think we're in for a world of hurt.
Let me ask you this, because
football.
this is what I said in the Pickup Show is I think that Bill's going to sell out on Belichick is going to sell out on the pass, shut down Tyler Lockett. They'll bracket him. He'll have a slow day. He might catch one.
Metcalf's the guy you got to worry about now, dude. He's a fucking beast.
He's a beast. But I think you have the best secondary in the league, bar none.
I agree.
And if you want to sell out and let him, we've seen Belichick do this. Now, granted, he had Brady that he was confident could put up 30 points. You can't do that.
You just let him run the whole time.
If you
I don't
let him run for
but
250 yards, and then you come back and run for 250 yards and keep it close, I trust Belichick over Pete Carroll at the end of the game. We've seen that show before, haven't we? And do you trust Bill? Do you trust Pete Carroll to call Chris Carson's name 25 times if that's what Patriots are giving him? I don't. I think that every coaching staff in the league wants to do what they want to do, and they'll force that shit with Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett and TK Metcalf and play right into Belichick's hands. They might get a couple because they're that good, but I don't see him doing. Clearly, I don't see him doing what they did against Atlanta. I think your secondary is too good and your coaching is better. So, yeah, the run defense might look like shit. They might. Bill, you and I said that Miami's going to run all over them. So, if the Seahawks can get committed and commit to the run and just go 2013 style, Marshawn Lynch style, and just run the ball 30 times, they might blow the Patriots out. I just don't trust a coaching staff to do that. That other coaching staffs like to do what they want to do, and right now Seahawks want to throw the ball. Raymond?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I just think you look good against a really bad Miami team. You had an offense that put up 21 points against a putrid defense. You're going to play a lot better defense in Seattle than you did.
Should have been 28.
In Miami. I get it, but with the fumble, but still, we got to see more out of the offense too. We'll see what it's going to be. You can't keep relying on Cam Newton running 15 times a game. He'd set the NFL record by about 50 carries or 30 carries over Lamar Jackson from last year, maybe even more. So, I mean, you can't have him average 200. I think it's like 240, 250 carries that he would get over the 16 games. So, I mean, that's a ton. You're going to get him killed. So, I mean, you got to see some more out of the running game. The offensive line did look a lot better. A lot of the pressures came from David Andrews gave up a sack, and I think Joe Tooney gave up a couple bad pressures. Luminor, whatever his name is, actually played pretty good. And then the backup tight end, the backup guy they brought in, the rookie, I forget his name, but they were mixing him in. He was in on the Cam Newton fourth down play late in the fourth. So I mean,
offensive
see what
line,
you can run.
Offensive line look pretty good. They're gonna be able to run the ball. We'll just see how much they do it. Ray, any lasting impressions from Sunday Patriots?
Two things. One, loss of Bill Belichick's mom today on Tuesday. Seahawks, you're going to be fucked. Second thing, his press conference yesterday. I don't know if any of you heard it.
Also, sorry for your loss, Coach.
Sorry for your loss. Patriots by 50 now.
Yeah, sorry for your loss. Did anyone hear his press conference yesterday? Mike Reese asked him a question. Same offense for the past 2 decades. How much did you rip up the playbook and build around a new one? Belichick, always do what's best for the team. Everything we've done for the past 20 years has been for Tom Brady, other than the games he didn't play with Matt Castle or Jimmy and Jacoby when Brady was suspended and not our starting quarterback. Was that not shots fired to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with all the shit that's going on down there?
The whole season is shots fired,
yeah,
Bill.
Cam Newton
the whole
was shots
damn
fired.
season is
Oh
shots
my
fired.
God, was that just a fucking eggplant emoji right there? When I
love
I read
it.
that yesterday,
I absolutely love it. And this is what I'll say to all you fucking Brady bobos out there. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. They drafted N'Keal Harry in the first round to try and get you a first-round talent at wide receiver. Granted, it may have been a blown pick, but at least he tried to get it. He brought you Antonio Brown, who was one of the worst guys in the league, and Tom Brady you let stay on your freaking sleeping sofa so you could throw the ball to your buddy. Like, Belichick tried to make – they went and traded a second-round pick for Mohamed Sanu because Brady wanted Mohamed Sanu.
Over Emmanuel Sanders, Emmanuel Sanders is better.
To say that they didn't do and build their team around Tom Brady is actually incorrect. It's factually incorrect. That's exactly what Belichick did. That's why their defense sucked so bad for so many years because they relied on Tom Brady. So yeah, I love the petty shit from Belichick, and it's motivating him. That's a huge motivational factor, and you're not going to see. Well, this is what I think. You're not going to see Cam Newton run 15 times this year. They're going to continue to die a little bit more in, a little bit here, a little bit there. Cam Newton's never going to be the passer that Tom Brady is, or even some of the better passers in the league.
Nope.
But he can still throw the ball. He still is an NFL quarterback. They're not going to make him run 15 times a game moving forward. So yeah, that was a nice little tidbit out of Bill this week to fuel the fire between him and old Tampa Tom.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Any thoughts that you guys? So Monday Night Football, first chance to get to talk about that. Steven Gostkowski, welcome back to the NFL. 3 missed field goals, 1 missed extra point, and cost me my fantasy football team by 0.8 points. Bill, I know you care about that. 0.8 I lost because Gostkowski couldn't hit 1 kick until the last kick of the game, which was about 10 yards short for me to win by a half a fucking point. Jesus Christ, was that frustrating to watch. What is going on with kicking in the NFL? Ever since they moved the extra point back, it seems like every kicker has lost their fucking mind. They've lost their absolute mind. Is there beside Justin Tucker? Like who else is consistently
Bucker
money?
From the Chiefs, Will Lutz from the Saints is really good.
So Will Lutz miss more kicks than you want to know about. All of them miss. I
like McManus from Denver. He's good. I even like Matt Prater up in Detroit. I think he's good too. Big legs, those guys.
I texted you guys this question. It's on the lines of Mary Fuck Kill. You got to start one, put one on the practice squad, or cut one. You got Nick Folk, Gostkowski, and the racist kicker. Go ahead.
I want to do it.
I'm going with Gostkowski there.
You're an idiot.
You're going to start Gostkowski?
Yeah.
Cost you a Super Bowl by an extra point in Denver. Cost you a Super Bowl. He was due for a missed kick in every big game the Patriots ever played.
I don't disagree.
Every single game, every single big game.
He's better than fucking Nick Folk. I don't care how bad he was. Nick Folk.
Give me the racist kicker.
Bad.
Racist kicker, Nick Folk on the practice squad, and cut Gostkowski. Your career is over.
I might go with you, Ray. I think Folk is the safe bet because he can get from 25 to 27. I think he's safe there. Anything other than that is it's a wild card. Gostkowski has proved that he's got the yips. He's hurt. He had hip surgery as a kicker. Hip surgery as a kicker. He's done.
Bill's going to have that pretty soon.
And the racist kicker's got too much ink. His equilibrium's off. He can never be trusted again. That shit. He's the shit kicker. He's kicking him into the fucking toilets. It's never going to happen. Unfucking believable. I cannot believe the amount of poor kicking in the NFL. It's disgusting.
Do you know what the best thing about Monday Night Football was? That Pittsburgh-New York game starting around 7 o'clock. Why can't that?
Awesome.
East Coast games should always start at 7 o'clock. Fuck the West Coast and, we have to show the West. Fuck the West Coast and all that shit. Give me 7 o'clock Monday Night Football games when I want to watch the East Coast teams. That is what I want. Yeah, send that to Trump and see if he can get a presidential pardon for that shit. I'd be fucking in all my glory.
I'm sure he would actually put that at the front of his agenda.
I think he should. I think he should.
I will say this. I am never, ever, in my power, ever going to have someone on my stupid fantasy football team in the back end of those Monday Night Football games. Because I was up till 2 o'clock in the fucking morning watching Steven Gostkowski piss away my week 1 fucking win over my arch rival. And I was so fucking angry. I didn't get to sleep. I just sat up, just staring at the wall. Sports, God damn it. What a fucking roller coaster. What a roller coaster. We're losing Billy Sleepy Eyes there, right?
And it screwed your pick'em.
It's getting late.
Up too.
Yeah, I know. I had the Titans on the pick'em,
Yep.
and they were
Who
about
won
to
that?
lose that game. I know what gun that. And then Gostowski comes down and is the final fucking hero after missing 4 kicks. He hits the 5th one, and it screws. It doesn't get me past on the fantasy, and it loses my pickup game. Fuck sports. God damn it. Bill, Tyler Seguin and Kudobin are going to the NHL Finals, and your Boston Bruins are not. They didn't even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. How does that feel?
I'm over it. I mean, he got traded 7 years ago. It is what it is. But you want to hear a funny stat? This is the 40th straight Stanley Cup that a teammate of Jaromir Jagr has played. So I thought that was a very interesting stat.
That's great.
And the last one was Sagan in 13.
Does that correlate with any of the whores that he's been with? Isn't he on the top of your
Who's fucked more whores, Jaromir Jagr or Bill Gately?
Jaromir Jagr all day. He's like,
isn't he up there with like Wilt?
I don't know.
I thought he was on one of your lists.
He might be on my Mount Rushmore poon handlers.
You just go in Bill's closet and it's a shrine of Wilt Chamberlain.
Dude, what's that? 16,000 or 20,000, something like that.
It's some ridiculous number, yeah.
Magic Johnson would be up there if he didn't get AIDS.
Yeah, that's definitely a roadblock.
HIV.
Yeah.
Are you positive about that?
Oh, good.
HIV positive.
Look at Bill. Nothing gets by sharpshooter Bill. Hey, I think your Boston Red Sox won tonight with that rookie.
5 innings, 0 runs. He looked actually really good. I was watching him in halftime.
The slider is making the rounds on Twitter.
He had 7 or 8 Ks.
Hawk.
Taylor Hawk.
Yeah. Taylor Hawk. All right. Well, that's good. They dropped 2 or 3 to the Rays over the weekend. Best thing that could happen for the Boston Red Sox this year. They continue to lose, get the number 1 pick, but stop beating the Rays so the Yankees will miss the fucking playoffs.
Dude, aren't the Yankees like 8 games behind right now? Toronto's in second place. Even though they just
it's beautiful.
They just lost 18-1 though yesterday or tonight or something. Toronto did.
Well, I was just saying. In terms of Red Sox news, there's not a whole lot to report, but it looks like they got a little talent in this Hawk kid. If they screw up the number 1 pick, I'll be pissed. And if they do
Vanderbilt kid,
if they do anything to to disrupt the slide that is the New York Yankees missing the playoffs after all of the fucking bullshit talk and shit talk that we've heard in New York of how this is going to be
Stan's coming back though.
Savages and whatever the fuck we heard, then just stop, Red Sox. Just lose. Just please lose. Ray, did you have any final thoughts on our Boston Red Sox?
My neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack.
Okay, yeah. I lost the bet. Do you have any actual final thoughts on that?
Yeah, the Red Sox.
Well, finally, actually, I did get notice in my headphones that we've run out of time
to
talk about the Boston Red Sox. So thanks for joining. Get your shit together, Celtics, and we'll see you next time. This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show, Wednesday edition, September 16th. See ya.
When is the show?
What show?
The
Pussy Neck Back? Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to book a show during COVID. It might be better if I play it on
Yes.
on here.
Or in New Hampshire, because you could book a show easily in New Hampshire because we're open for everything, motherfucker.
And we have maybe the Shasky and Bill has a little pull there since the guy that runs your fantasy.
He's not allowed to have shows. He can't do. He's been trying.
So I guess
they have live music.
I guess you can't. You're not open everywhere.
No, he's gonna do the Shaskin's a small bar, but you could do like.
I know what the fucking Shaskin is, but we'll just wait for
Actually,
the
you
next wave
can.
of
He's had a
bullshit
couple like
COVID to come
guys
through New Hampshire because you assholes are not taking anything seriously. We'll just wait. We'll just wait and see. But in terms of playing the old song, you might get more satisfaction over putting it on the internet.
I would
playing it live.
yeah.
I have a gig to play at a brewery, but it's like their anniversary show. It's like kind of
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, that is perfect.
Perfect.
And you can't censor it either.
Sold.
Well,
Sold.
you're not going to be able to see it then.
That's fine. We'll have someone videotape it for
No,
us.
put it on here and release it.